Hello, welcome again to your PowerPoint presentation training. So in the previous video we learned how to add some content in our PowerPoint presentation. So in this video we're going to learn how to add transitions. Transitions are very important because they help to keep your audience engaged. Now transitions apply only to slides. So what is a transition? It is the movement of a slide to another, the movement of a slide to another. All right, for example, if you're watching movies or music videos, you notice that from one scene to another there's a transition. All right, there's a style of motion. Okay, so to put your transitions, you go to your transition tab. All right, it opens, the ribbon opens. So these are various type of transitions that are there, and if you click on this small arrow, all of them appear. Okay. Alright, so now let's go to the transition. Now you have the right to do whatever transition that you want, to put any kind of transition that you want. Alright, you might want to just apply just one transition to all your slides, it's good. But if you want to create more dynamic content, then you might want to put diverse transitions. So for example, this first transition, now sorry, before going further, let us click here and I should show you something. So if you look at the transitions here, you have their names. They have names. Subtle, you know what subtle means? These are soft transitions, and they are so much used at the beginning of your presentation. All right, they are soft. And then exciting, you can put exciting at the center of your presentation. All right, those slides which are the center, and then dynamic at the end. All right, so with this, let's go. So I'm going to take fade in. Now when I take this fade in, I can play it here. I can play it here by clicking this small star. Alright, you see the fade in. Now there is a fade in duration here. Alright, there's a fade in duration here. I can increase this duration to increase the duration of the fade in. Alright, yeah, so it's more of a kind of delay time. By play like that. So any of your transition, you have the duration here. Now you also have sound. You can add sound alongside the transition. Alright, for example, if you're a video editor like me, when I'm editing videos, any of my transitions I like to put sound. If it is slide left, at the sliding left, I add a sound there. You may hear something like whoosh or zip, something like that. All right, yeah, so you can add your sound. If you click on this arrow, you have many different types of sounds: bomb, breeze, camera, and so on. So there are those many sounds that you can put per transition. All right, now when you are putting sounds, you should be cautious of your audience and the platform where you are doing your presentation. Alright, there are some platforms where if you want to do a presentation, you should just go straight to the point, only put your transitions, they don't need noise. Okay, but if you're among youths and a learning platform, you can add your sounds to make it more captivating. You know, youths like that. Alright, so leave it like that. And now there is one transition, there is one sound that you always add. You always add the applause, especially if your projector is that one which projects sound. So you can add your applause, and that will be to your last slide. Alright, okay, so I will not add any sound, just want to keep it cool. So I go to the next and I'm applying its own transition. Alright, let us go back to transition. So here I applied fade. Okay, if I want to apply fade to all the transitions, I just want all my transitions to be fade, I'll come here and apply. I take apply all, but here I want to apply a different transition, so I take these and I'm going to take sweep. So when I take sweep, the time I like, this time range is good, this duration is good, I go to the next. So you can always play it by clicking on that small arrow. Alright, so that is sweep. So I take the next and I take let me take on cover. So I play on cover to see what it is. Alright, so that's on cover. Then I take the next. Let me now take any of these. One, I think someone would like this one. Yeah, so let's play that. That's beautiful. Okay, remember this tip at the end of your transition, your presentation, your light slide should be thank you. That should be what is in your last slide. So let me just add that last slide, and I put thank you so that it will stick in your mind. So my last slide, I'm just going to put this empty slide, and I take my text box and I write thank you. The thank you is very important. So when your text shows like this, you just have to increase the size of your text box. Remember, you can change your font. Alright, you can change the font size, or the type of font. Alright, here is Kali, Iskandra, so you can change it. I might just take this. I like this. Alright, so that is it, and I might also apply its own transition to be fade. Or let me just take this push in. Yeah, the duration should be the same, and let me play and see. Alright, so that is it. So you need to master the art of transition to know which transition goes best, alright, and the best transition style. So having done this, let me add now the sound to this one, since it is the last. Applause. Good. So this mouse click, right, this is the delay. It is called delay. So when you click on a transition, before you use your mouse and click, before the next slide comes up, what duration should it take? So you can work on it here, but it's cool like that. So now you can now play our presentation, go to slideshow, and from the beginning, so you see how it goes. Press my space bar, the next comes in, press my space bar. Good. So you can use your space bar to play your transition, or you use the arrow keys. Okay, you use the arrow keys, the up and down arrow keys, or left and right arrow keys. Alright, yeah, when you're done, you can click on escape to go back. So that is how you apply transitions. I guess you've learned something. So in the next video, we are going to do animations. Still, you are not sending this video to me, but ensure that you are doing what I'm doing, because when we go to transitions, then that will be the end of our slideshow. You have to save it now and send to the group.